Oh man, here we go, man. We got DC Gangster, Airs the Christ in the building, man, on Say Cheese TV, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Trying to stay out the way. How you doing? You all right?
Man, I'm good, man. How are you mentally, man? How you doing mentally?
Man, mentally, I'm good. You feel me? Everything else follows suit. You feel me? I was been home doing a family, then I just came home from doing a fake bid from down Florida, state of Florida. So I'm just maintaining, man, trying to stay focused.
For sure, man. Now, I did my research about you, man. I watched the documentary, and then I watched it twice. Then I watched it 3 times, and then I hit you up, and I'm like, man, I want my platform because I got a huge platform, and
Right.
I really want them to know, your story, so we could really start from when you were around, like 10 years old. You was hustling at a young age.
I was hustling probably 8, yeah. Probably like 7, 8. That's when I started hustling. Pumping gas, carrying groceries, and it led to other things as far as snatching chains, pickpocketing, and all that other stuff. You feel me?
So at 8 years old, you were pumping gas and doing all that already.
Yeah, because my mother had a job off and on as security guard, hitting and missing on jobs. So I'm the youngest child, only boy. As a man, I took a responsibility as paying bills and helping out at a young age. So sometimes mother ain't have no work, had to go out, pump gas, carry groceries and make money so I can put food on my mother and 2 sisters' table, you feel me?
Right.
So it started that way.
Right. And then are you cool with Andre Johnson around this time?
We knew each other, yeah, but they a little older than me. So I'm running with my little teeny guys my age. You feel me?
Okay.
So that took place probably a year later. He seen how hard I go. He took a liking to me, took me under his wing, and it was over after that. We took off.
Okay, so Andre was saying you hustled as a youngin' and he grabbed you.
Right. That's correct.
Okay. And then Andre Johnson had a hustle with like the what was it, like machines, like candy machines and shit?
Soda machine, arcade games first. We arcade games, Miss Pac-Man, we used to bust up in the back, get all the quarters. So he came up with an idea like we gonna go to the arcade way out Maryland or Virginia, and we're gonna take the arcade man keys. So I was the fastest and the littlest. So like I said, I always come up to the arcade machine like I'm in tree. I snatch the keys off the dude side and I run. So we had most of the keys to all the arcade games. It was like a God Lock 1, God Lock 2, God Lock 3, and a God Lock 4. Them damn near go to every arcade game back then. So we used to form up. Like a square around the arcade games, right? So one person would play an arcade game. I need y'all rolling up. So anyway, one person would be here on each side of the arcade games. One person be playing, which is me. So Dre would be behind me, open up the soda machine, and open up the arcade game, getting the quarters, put them in my pockets, and put them in everybody's pockets that get filled up. We go each machine like that. And so after that, we started hitting soda machines. So we did the same thing with soda machines, going on streets, gas stations at night, hitting soda machines. So my nigga Dre was like, man, you know what? We gonna leave. I got locked up actually in a soda machine, getting chased. I got locked up. So he was like, man, we gotta change our hustle. Every time you get caught doing something, we gonna switch our hustle. So he was like, he went to 7-Eleven or went to a store and got a map with all the elementary schools, junior high schools. So we left the street alone, started hitting the soda machines in the schools. We did that. Everybody thought we was hustling, but we wasn't. And we was stealing at the same time. So after that, it just progressed. Different hustle.
And how much were y'all, was y'all making a killing? Was it just enough to get by or what?
Now you gotta think, I'm in the 6th, 5th grade. So out of everybody my age, I was making more money than everybody my age. Even older guys, I had more money than them. A lot of people think soda machines, arcades don't have a lot of money. But we used to have Dre grandmother basement filled up from corner to corner, nowhere to walk. We'd go to bank and get a roll of quarters. We'd be out all day bagging the quarters up in $10 rolls. So it was good money.
Okay, and then the hustlers in DC started reaching out to y'all because they thought y'all were like selling like dope at the time.
See, Dre went to school out in Maryland called High Point. So they thought Dre was hustling, but we were stealing it. We were stealing and hitting soda machines. So everybody around our way knew we weren't hustling. We were stealing, selling Gore-Tex coats and all that stuff, right? From Britain. So they knew we weren't hustling. So we tried to PCP for the first time. Got plugged in with the PCP, selling the PCP. And as time went on, we started advancing with technology as far as the streets.
Okay, so that was the first thing that the hustlers gave y'all was PCP.
Right. We started out with a PCP, that's correct.
Okay, and how did that experience go at a young age?
It was cool. It was money. Anything for me was money because I was little. I'm in the 5th, 6th grade. I was good. So we did the PCP thing, but we ain't had nowhere to keep it at because it stink real bad. So we hid into some woods up Fort Lincoln. Fort Lincoln was a new development. So we used to take in the woods and hide it. So we went somewhere for a week. We went stealing for the weekend. We came back that Monday, all the trees was gone. Our stash was gone. So they took like 3 coolers worth of PCP. So my nigga Dre buried the arcade and the soda machine keys for hard times. So once our PCP got taken, we went back, dig the soda machine keys up, and started hitting the soda machines again, and got back on and bought more PCP. Then after that, it went to the powder coat after that.
So the PCP that it got stolen in the woods, how much was it worth a lot? Like, was it, or it really wasn't worth that much?
Looking back where I'm at now, it probably wasn't that much. But back then, it was a lot. We probably had like 30 lids, 40, 50 lids, roughly. Yeah. And the lids go from what? 150, 250. I might be quoting the price wrong, it's been so long ago, and I was this big. So yeah, we was happy.
Right.
We was happy.
So y'all start moving to PCP, and then y'all elevate y'all game to what, cocaine, or was it crack?
Powder first.
Okay.
Powder. So we there's a dude named Chick, RIP Chick. He had 16th Street locked down. He an older guy. So he had all the clientele, all the customers going to him. We used to go get powder from him and break it down. When he go to sleep at night, we be out there hustling, getting all the customers. So he was fucking with some New York dudes from Brooklyn. So the Brooklyn dude took a liking to Dre, pulled him up, started fronting the stuff, powder. Eventually we shut Chick down, put Chick out of business. And time went on, crack came. We was messing with the same Brooklyn dudes from New York, and they started giving us packs of bagged up hard rocks for like 5,000 bags for 3,000. And we get them through, we keep 2. So that went on. We was pumping.
Yeah. And you told Andre that you wasn't really feeling the New York move at first, right?
Nah, that's later on when he was going to meet Alpo the Ret. I was like, nah. But this early on time, we was good. But the bullshit came in the part with the New York dudes when Dre was like, man, I'm tired of them fronting us shit. Let's buy our own shit. So the dude would never sell us no powder, no nothing. He just wanted to keep us giving us shit so we can work for him. So one day we was in the basement of Dre's grandma's house. Dre something about me a Benz, or something about me a 300Z. So the New York dude was like, I got a dude up Capital Import to get y'all cars. We like, we a little short. He's like, don't worry about short. I'm gonna get y'all the rest. And Dre was like, I don't owe you no money. He was like, man, y'all owe me nothing. So I'm like, I'm like 14. So I'm like, I want a 300ZX. Shit. So the New York dude came over our house, came over Dre's basement house, a grandma's house in the basement. That night, Dre was like, you know what? I ain't getting no car. I'm like, why not? You get a Benz, I get a Z. We're gonna be killing them. He was like,
y'all are only 14 years old at the time, right?
14,
You're only 14.
I'm around 14, yeah. I probably was in the 7th grade, roughly, in the 7th grade. And so Dre was like, I don't want to get no car. He want us to keep hustling for him. I ain't doing that shit. He said, if you want to get a car, you can get your car. So in my mind, I'm like, he can keep fronting, that's all we want. I don't care. So the next morning he came over with the rest of the money. Y'all ready? Dre was like, I ain't getting no car. So he looked at me and was like, Lil Sparky's, what you gonna do? I want that Z so motherfucking bad, man, I almost cried, right? So whatever my man Dre do, I do because I know he's right. And he ain't gonna do nothing without a main reason, a good reason. So I was like, man, I ain't gonna get it. So the New York dude was mad. He left out the basement, he was mad. So Dre was like, man, he want us to work for him. We ain't working for him all our life. We good. So the bullshit came in the part because he went up to New York to get some shit because he ran out. So while he went up New York, I got a big homie named Ray. So Ray hooked us up with, no. Damn. But we ended up buying some powder coke from somebody else. And so after we bought the powder coke, we cooking our shit up, messing it up, selling it ourselves. So when he came back, we like, we good. We don't need you. We appreciate you. We don't need you. So they start bringing New York dudes down on the strip, giving other little dudes run our way work. But back then it was loyal customers. So I don't care who out here selling work. The customers loyal to us. So at the time, bullshit got on. We got the beef indirectly a little bit, and that faded away. Now on, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now, and it was on to the next after that.
So the New York Connect, he really stopped fucking with y'all because he couldn't buy y'all a car. Because y'all didn't let him buy y'all a car.
We had the money, but he wanted to put the balance to it. And Dre was like, nah, because he want us to keep working for him. We ain't trying to keep getting shit fronted. So that was the big problem right there. So we started buying our own powder, cooking our own shit. He had a problem with that. He wouldn't serve us or nothing.
Damn, that's crazy. So y'all are hustling, doing your own thing for a minute. And then your homie, I think his name is Kurt Bone.
Yeah, CB, yeah. So later down the line, we was doing our own thing. So CB was doing this thing. So we pulled CB up, fucking with CB for a minute. So CB was like, man, I guess he had a girl back then, so he was doing this movie thing, taking this woman out. We wasn't knowing that back then. We'd call him 10 at night, 11 like, where you at? We need you. So I guess he got tired of like, you know what, you a good dude, y'all good dudes. Slim, Alpo Martinez, a good dude. At that time, we didn't know the background about Rich and all that back then.
Right.
So he was like, I'm gonna introduce y'all to the dude. So he introduced us to Alpo Martinez. So we was pumping so much, Alpo Martinez got scared and came back to CB and was like, man, what's up with these little dudes, man? They cool? He said, yeah, why? He said, man, they pumping too much. You sure they right? He like, man, everybody know Tank and Spark is. Everybody love them. So he went back, did his homework. The females, dudes, said, man, they're good dudes. We love them, man, just that and that. So Alpo Martinez turned around and was like, let me hang with y'all. So I don't know no better. So I'm like, why not? Fuck it, let him hang with us. My nigga Dre was like, no. So when we got in the car and left, he explained, you never hang with your plug. You never hang with your connections. Don't take pictures with him or nothing. I'm like, cool, whatever he said, there's a good reason for it, so I listened. So we pumping. So my nigga Dre was like, you want to expose our hand to him? I'm like, yeah, why not? Sure. We called him and met him. He was like, we trying to get 50 joints. We trying to buy 50 bricks from him, 50 joints from him. He was like, man, I ain't getting that much. All I'm getting is 33 joints. So he was like, man, I can do this. Y'all can take y'all money and put it with my money, and I just charge y'all like 3,000 or 2,000 or early. Don't know what it was, but it was a number on top of this. Then Dre was like, I'm like, whatever. Dre was like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. So I'm cool, whatever you say, nigga. So I chilled. So he came back again the next time and was like, how about this? Since everybody like y'all and love y'all so much, I'm gonna buy my 33 joints, I'm gonna sell them to y'all, and y'all serve everybody in DC since everybody love y'all and fuck with y'all. So I'm like, I'm whatever. So I'm like, yeah. Dre was like, nah, we ain't doing that. I don't want them niggas in my business.
Right.
I don't want them niggas knowing what we getting. So we kept it the same. Whatever you selling them, sell it. Whatever you got left over, we'll buy. So we kept it like that for a good little minute.
And you said in the beginning, Alpo, he kind of questioned y'all for a little bit because y'all was already pumping at a heavy level.
Right, see, because CB in the projects. So I guess he assuming the project's supposed to pump more than anything. But our little 16th Street was jumping. Because we took the idea, the New York dudes came down with working 50s back in the day. So my nigga Dre said, we're gonna make working 50s, but we're gonna take $10 off and call them working 40s.
Right.
So we're gonna beat everybody in the city with the 50s, we're gonna drop ours to 40s, working 40s. So we had the whole strip, we had the whole neighborhood locked down in Trinidad. Everybody coming from all around, coming fucking with us, getting working 40s. They wasn't even buying no weight, they was buying working 40s from us.
Now, you know, DC was real. DC is still crazy, but in the 80s, DC at that time, it was killing every day.
That murder rate, yeah, murder capital back then, yeah.
So how did Alpo come in and really finesse his way into DC?
See,
so
that I don't not know. My homegirls was messing with him. I first seen him in the Pank House one day on St. Barnabas, and everybody was saying that's the dude Alpo. I'm called Alpo the Rep from New York. Blah 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 blah. So I never ran into him until CB hooked us up with him. So we pumping. So one day we at the Easter homecoming. So they clowning Alpo the Rep about his baby mother, which is my homegirl Fuzzy. Man, you falling in love with her, man, little Sparky is be hitting her. So they pulled me, I'm young and wild. So I'm like, man, that's my bitch. I'll be fucking her too. Whatever.
So wait, you was hit. Go ahead, my bad.
Go ahead.
So you was hitting Alpo's baby mom before he even came to DC.
Yeah, that's my home girl. All us grew up together, went to school together, same neighborhood. You feel me? So I ain't know he ain't like me since then. I didn't know that. So time went on. He ain't had no shit or something one day. He left. So I got a big homie named Ray, was cool with Black Jesus. He told me don't say his name. So I'm gonna say Black Jesus, right? And he put us with Black Jesus. So Black Jesus was serving us. We was pumping so much, Black Jesus questioned my man Ray. Was like, man, what's up with them? Where they selling all this shit at? He say, man, on that same strip you be going to see a woman at. That little strip right there? Yeah, so we was fucking with him for a minute, for a good month. He was like, I made so much money off y'all, I'm gonna turn y'all on to the plug. So he turned us to a Colombian dude. Julio, I heard Julio a rap. So it's everybody telling. So we was pumping with Julio for a minute. Alpo the Rec came back, beeping us, leaving 17, whatever number he was leaving, we wasn't answering this shit. So
and is that because you knew he was hating on you before, or the prices were lower?
The Colombian nigga was showing us love. He couldn't even touch us. You feel me? So it got to the point we built a relationship with the Colombian dude so heavy that he might have like, we might get 50 joints. He might have, at the end of the week, he still might have like 30 left. He'll call us and be like, buy these last 20 joints for this amount. And when I get the new shipment, I give you a better deal for the whatever you buy now. So we did it like 3 different times. So one day Dre was like, I got something for his ass next time he called us. So I'm like, bet. So he called and was like, man, I need you. I gotta go to some more shit. So
the Colombian plug, right?
Colombian plug called and said, we need you. We went down, he said, man, I need like 400,000, get these rest of these joints for us. Dre was like, you know what? Don't worry, I'll be right back. So Dre went and got the 400,000 and said, you know what? You can keep your bricks. Take this and go ahead back with it. So I'm like, man, why the fuck you do that, nigga? He said, listen, he gonna show us more love like that and tell him he can keep that shit. And it worked. So when he came back, the 400,000 that we gave him, he probably put 1,000 on each joint. For 400,000 he put 1,000 on each joint. Equal up to 400,000. And we bought another 50 joints from him. So we became cool. So when the Alpo the Rec come back, he beeping, leaving 17, 18, whatever the fuck number he was leaving. We wasn't even answering that shit. So we bumped into him one day. He was like, man, what's up, my baby? He said, Dre was like, yeah, we good. We got a plug. He giving us to it for 15, 14, 15, sometimes 13. So Alpo the Rec was like, I can't fuck with that. If you ever need me, just let me know. I still got it if he ever run out.
You think he feels some type of way?
Yeah. Because after that, he tried to go he went after my man girl. This is all the bullshit. This is all the bullshit coming to play. So before this, I get locked up though. Before this took place, I got locked. We was fucking with Alpo Martinez. I got locked up for like 20 joints and like $1.5 million in the speakers. I'm trying to find a news clipping, but I can't.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt you. So I did see that on your documentary, whereas though you didn't pay your rent.
I was 15. Dre ain't paid the rent, but Dre ain't paid the rent. Somebody ain't paid the rent.
How you got $1.5 million in the apartment and the rent not paid?
Yeah, so and I had like 4,500 in my pocket. I was like, if the rent ain't paid, I can pay it. You know what I'm saying? So you want to hear about that real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead. That's what I was going to ask you next, anyways.
So I'm in the house cooking up, breaking down crack, making them working 40s and shit. So I heard someone on the door. Boom, 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 boom. I'm there with my motherfucking slingshots on. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, who the fuck is that playing? I went to the door, they had the peephole covered up. So I changed my voice like, who is it? They say the sheriff's open up. I said, the sheriff's? My dumb ass go in the kitchen, try to take some, I had like 30 ounces bagging them up. I'm trying to take it and dump it down the garbage disposal. And I thought, I said, damn, I got bricks like shit in the bedroom. So by the time I come out of the kitchen, they already had the door open. They see me running. I couldn't make it. I tried to jump out the window, but I ain't make it. So they tackled me, locked me up, handcuffed me up. So I had a fake ID, said I'm 22 at the time. I was like 15 or 16 at the time. So I'm thinking, if I go to juvenile, my niggas can break me out. So the police was like, went in there, ain't nobody here but him. One police went in the kitchen. I got crack all in the kitchen and everything laid out on all the counters. Ain't nobody here. So when one dude was like, you secure the whole house? He was like, yeah. The other police said, let me check. As soon as he went in the kitchen, he was like, oh my God. I think he's doing, he said, oh my God, don't touch nothing. Go get a camera. So they went in the car, got a camera, snapping pictures, went and got a warrant, got the drug dogs. It was over after that. So they was like, how old are you? I said, man, I'm 16. Well, ID say you 22. I should have, what I know now, hindsight, if I would have said I was 22, I would have been on the news without nothing on my face. They automatically had to drop it. But I told them I was a juvenile. The police was like, we don't want to fuck this up. So they put a towel over my face.
Right.
And took me out. And after that, ain't nobody know we was pumping like that. So everybody like, man, y'all was doing this, that, and that. And that's how that went. So I should have known Alpo the rep was a rep back then. I got locked up. He hauled ass back to New York. He kept calling my nigga like, man, is he slim? Shawty good? Is he good? Like, yeah, why? He ain't gonna, my nigga's like, that nigga ain't gonna tell, we good. We always say fuck the boy. That's my nigga. I raised him. We don't do no telling. So I stayed locked up 5 months as a juvenile, made a $50,000 cash bond, got out. Dre was like, I don't want you hustle. I don't know if they watch you, so I don't want you to hustle. So I'm just riding. I went and bought me a Z. I'm riding around getting money off the strip, just fucking bras all day. Going to all the junior high schools, high schools. Fucking all day, all I do was fucking 5, 6, 7 bras a day. Right? Yeah.
Did you owe anybody money because of all the money that was taken during the bust?
No, that was me and Dre money.
Okay.
That was me and Dre money alone. Nobody else money. So we took that loss together.
1.5
million. So I did like 5. When I came home in 5 months, shit, Dre had at least $500,000 that back already.
Did you have any stashes or anything, or
man, that was
not
all
really?
our shit. $1.5 million was in that house.
Okay.
Was in there. That's all we had.
Okay, so you get arrested. Are you upset with anybody because of the rent not being paid?
No, that wasn't in my mind. My mind was on getting out of jail. So I'm taking the letters, writing to my mother, telling to give it to Andre, Tank. I'm trying to tell him where I'm sleeping at so he can come and bust me out, right? So I was under a fake name. I gave my mother last name, which was Smallwood, right? So I'm like, I'm under a fake name, man. Come and get me. They can't catch me. You know what I'm saying? Right. So my mother took the letters, was tearing them up, never gave them to Andre. So 5 months, I made bail, got a lawyer. The lawyer gave me bail, got me bail. I got out. By the time I got out, Dre already probably had like $500,000 already back that we lost. So he ain't want me, like I said, he ain't want me to hustle. So he be like, just chill, man. Lay the fuck back.
Yeah.
So I went aboard a Z, and it's fuck bitches all day long. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you don't have to get into any details if you don't want to. How much were y'all making, like, weekly?
Man, it was pump. I put it this way. I can take 3 bricks and break them down to working 40s. And I can sell them. They be gone within 2 days tops. And we got like 4 other dudes we serving, giving bricks to, and they out there with us. So the strip was pumping. Man, everybody ate this with us. Everybody ate. Nobody in Trinidad wasn't making no money. Nobody. They was buying working 40s from us to chop down to make money, take it back wherever they was going at.
Yeah. Where does Baltimore and Philly, play in this era? Because it seems like it was New York and then it was DC. Like, Baltimore and Philly's in between. Are you making plays around that area too, or not really?
Nah, no. We strictly stayed right on our block. We made all the money on our block. That's it. If we branch out over southeast and southwest or wherever, we grab dudes, serve them, and that's it. If a dude come home from jail, Dre will be like, "What you need? You ain't got to know. You don't even have to know Dre. I heard y'all, man. I'm fucked up. I just come on. What you need? Where you at? You from the southeast? We're in southeast. That's what I'm gonna do. Here was some 1,000. You ready to hustle? Here was some shit. You can have it. Come back and fuck me when you finish." So I'm telling Dre, why the fuck you do that dumbass shit? Dre say, listen, man, wherever he live at, he gonna bring everybody to us. That's more money we gonna make. He's like, if you front him something, if he don't pay you, he gonna duck you. You ain't gonna get that money over southeast, up northwest, out Maryland. So it worked out. I used to do it when I used to hustle after he passed for him, after he got killed, I was doing the same thing. But it got to the point motherfuckers think you soft as time went on because you give them something. They think they leaning on you. Never that. You know what I'm saying? Because what you give them is nothing. But what you're going to make in return for giving is going to be a lot of profit. So that went on. And after that, we just kept hustling. So back to the Alpo the Wreck. So after we cut him off, his girl, Michelle, my man, girl, Michelle, go to a pool party or something. Pageant for the pool party. So he go to the cameraman and try to take her picture. Cameras, I can't sell you her picture, man. He said, man, I don't want to buy it. I'm going to give you $1,000, let me hold it. Tell her Alpo got it. I'm going to be right over there standing. So she came back to get her, you remember the Polaroids? We had to fan them and sit them out. Yeah, so she went like, where my picture at? The dude, Mr. Alpo got it. Alpo got it. Alpo the Wreck got it. Woo, woo. She went over there to get my picture. He tried to talk to her. She ain't go for it. So she was like, damn, Gary, you know my boyfriend, my fiance. Big Ed Gary say, man, fuck that nigga. So she came home and told us. So I'm telling Dre, man, fuck them niggas. So Dre was like, nah, I'm gonna show these niggas that you don't need no money to fuck no female, no bitch. So I'm like, who you gonna fuck, Fuzzy? He was like, nah, I'm gonna fuck Gary, bitch. Right? So I'm like, yeah, fuck that bitch, fuck her. So somehow he got in connection with us. He was fucking her. So she get to bragging about, yeah, I fuck with this cutest nigga in the city, the realest nigga, everybody love him. Because I think Big Ed Gary was fucking with another brought up Northwest. Mm-hmm. And everybody knew about it. Caprice knew about it. So I guess she tried to make Big Ed Gary jealous by saying she fucked with a nigga, this, that, and that. So I guess they was arguing one day and the shit came out. She screamed, I fuck with Tank. And the nigga, I literally cried. So I'm down a carnival one day. Big Ed Gary pulled up on me. Louis Parker, where your man at? I said, well, what's up? Tell the nigga he owe me, he said 10,000, 20, he said something. Dre owed him some money. I said, man, gonna owe you nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. I said, man, if he owe you any money, I'm gonna know about it. Man, tell the nigga I say, call me, I need my motherfucking money. He pulled off. So I called Dre, went to Hank Jamal and meet him. Dre said, man, I don't owe him no money. I know what it's about. Dre said, I know what it's about. I'm like, what's it about? He said, it's about his bitch. So we went back down the carnival. We seen Big Ed Gary I think he had a 300 stealth, turbo twin stealth. He U-turned, we pulled over, they was talking. I was in the car, so Big Gary had somebody in the car with him. They talked for like 20 minutes, the little youngin' got out. So I got out with my gun in my hand. Big Gary, man, you put a gun on people's pockets, man, get your man. So Dre trying to tell me to get back in the car. I'm telling Dre, I'm not getting back in the car. That youngin' get back in the car. So we went like 1 or 2 minutes. It seemed long, but it wasn't. So he got back in the car, I got back in the car. 20 minutes later, they shook hands. So we get in the car. I said, man, what the fuck that shit about? He said, man, we supposed to be cool. I'm fucking this bitch. And he talked about this girl all day. That's the coolest nigga. If I did, it was something would happen to me, I wouldn't mind you fucking with a dude like him. You turn around, you fucking my bitch. So he asked Dre to stop fucking this bitch. They shook on it. Dre said, I ain't fucking no more. So when I'm in the car, looked at Dre and was like, you want to stop fucking this bitch? He was like, I said, you got one more time? He said, one more last time, right? So he fucked her one last time. He fucked her one more last time and cut her off completely. She was like a stalker, beeping them, car phone, we had to change everybody, all the numbers, because she was stalking heavy. So she tried to say Dre was scared of why Dre ain't fucking her, he's scared. But I ain't scared. I gave the man my word, it's over with. So he changed all his numbers. She gets mad and started a rumor that she pregnant by Dre. So my nigga wasn't even fucking her no more. So that's when I guess Big Ed Gary called Alpo the rep and was like, he's still fucking my bitch. So the Colombian dude went back to Colombia. We had a little bit of shit left. We had probably like 20 joints left. Around 20 joints left. So we was about to get a house. We had a house out California. Dre had a business called AJ Promotions.
Right.
And we about to go out Cali and start trying to rap. So Dre was like, I'm going back one last time for some free money, some extra money. I'm telling Dre, man, fuck that nigga. Fuck him, man. So Dre ain't listening to me, of course. He called me the next morning like I'm gonna meet Alpo. I said, well, I'm going with you. Don't leave me, nigga. I'm not gonna leave you. So I'm fucking with my second baby mother at the time. And she lived in a high-rise building off of Baltimore Washington Parkway in Blainsburg. So I can look on the balcony and see the cars. So I'm like, man, don't leave me. I'm counting the money now, man. I'm counting the money. I said, man, I called him like early 10 minutes. Man, stop calling, nigga. I'm gonna call you when I leave. So I laid back, got some pussy, got some head. He never called me. Man, when they shot my man, I felt that shit, man. You feel me? They shot him. I'm laid back, my baby mother washing my gangsta up and shit. Man, something hit me. I was like, bitch, my nigga. Jumped up, I called everybody looking for him. So we went to all the spots we meet out where me and my nigga met Alpo the Red at. He wasn't at none of them spots. Because he knew I know the spot. So he took him on the highway to another exit in Kenilworth somewhere, I think. And left the body in the back of the caravan behind a 7-Eleven or alley somewhere. So the time we went looking for him, his father came back and was like, the morgue called us. They got Robert Johnson body over there, which is Dre's brother, which Dre was using his license. Right. So we went over there, me, Rab, and his father went over there and viewed the body. It was my nigga. So after that, it was on. Supposedly, but the dudes I had around me, far as Chico the Rat, KO the Rat, they was faking. They was scared of WP or whoever. You know what I'm saying? So
why do you feel like Andre Johnson met up with Alpo without you after you kept calling him?
Because I don't know, because at this time I never told nobody this. I wasn't going out no more with them. I hustled all day with them, but I wasn't going out no more. Because KO the Rat, Chico the Rat, everybody had cars. I had like an 87 Z. Dre bought a new Benz. So I hustle all day, watch his back. When it's time, I'm telling Dre, I want me a motherfucking twin turbo. So I'm like, man, so I hang with him all day hustling. When it's time to go out, I duck him. So Dre was like, man, you know where the money at. You want a car, go get it. So I went in the house the next day before all this shit happened and got like 60,000. But I run from the police so much, I be speeding, nobody would put nothing in my name, in their name for me. I try to give a person 5,000, they was like, nah, you do too much wild shit. So I was gonna put it in my baby mother name, which is my son's mother. right?
Okay.
And so Dre was like, man, you crazy? She catch you with another broad in the car, man. She'll call it, it's on pause. She call the police on you. Man, that's gonna be her car, man. Don't do no dumbass shit like that. So I'm like, man, she ain't gonna do no shit like that. He said, man, listen, I got you. So he went and found somebody, put in my name. So but all this time was going on. I'm assuming that's why he left me. I'm not sure. But he left me. And I regret I wasn't there to watch his back, but it is what it is. You know, I can't change it.
Yeah. Well, you ran into Alpo after that.
Yeah, once. And it was an accident. And I'm mad at my my old homies, Chico the Rat, KO the Rat. Chico name is what? Carlton Wills Jr. He a rat from out Montgomery County. Heard he moved to Minnesota somewhere in Witness Protection Program. Kermit Oliver, aka KO, he's a rat. He doing some fake real estate shit around the DMV somewhere. Fuck him too. So damn. What you ask me again?
You ran into Alpo after that.
I'm coming from a hotel with a female in the car. I think it might have been a Thursday. So I'm riding past the Metro Club. I see Chico the Rat car and Kel the Rat car. I pulls over, double pop, goes up in the Metro Club. They standing by the door. I come Metro Club. I'm like, what's up? Them niggas in here. So I'm like, what? Soon as I said what, Alpo the Rat come and touch me on my shoulder. Man, what's up, Sparky? Man, I heard you say I had something to do with your man getting killed. And you trying to put some money on my head. Some old wild shit. I say, listen, check this out. If I think you killed my man, I'm gonna see you about it. I ain't gonna tell no bitch or nothing. He said, man, I love tanking you, man. You need something, man. Let me know I'm here for you, man. I ain't got nothing. He snitched on Big Ed Gary. I ain't got nothing to do with that Big Ed Gary shit. Gary did that shit, not me. So he hold his hand. I fake shook his hand, fake with him. Man, he took off. So I'm like, why the fuck y'all ain't call me and tell me these niggas was in here? The fuck? So right after 3 minutes after that, WP come up. As a broad came stand beside me. WP came up, fake talking to the girl. Hey, Miss Lady, you look good. Turn around, but he trying to see how I look for real. He heard of me, but don't know how I look. So I'm like, look at this fake ass shit. The fuck out. I'm saying to myself, get the fuck out of here. So after I guess he seen how I look, he told the girl, get the fuck. He took off. So I'm telling them, man, why the fuck y'all ain't call me? Let me know these niggas in here. I took off. So I called my little man, Bubba, from out Maryland I put on. He probably was like 16 or 17 at the time. I said, niggas in here, bring the shit. I had a gun in my car, but they was in there deep. You know what I'm saying? They was in like 20 deep. So my little man, I had an apartment by PG Plaza, which is like 20 minutes away from the Metro Club on the DC side. So he came, bought the AK out of the broad that I was with, take my Lex home. I said, I'll be back. Jumped in the car with him. So in front of the Metro Club, it was like big trailers out there. So I seen an MPV van. WP is known to drive that MPV van. So I'm like, they gonna get in it, I'm gonna switch cheeses. So I jumped in the back of 18-wheeler, the trailer with a crack posted up on an MPV van. They never got in that van. So time I stayed in there 4 or 5, I'm thinking they're gonna come back and get it once they clear out. I stayed in there probably like 6 in the morning. They never came back. So the next day, me and Chico the Rat seen Big Ed Gary around with Trinidad. Big Ed Gary, I said, we're gonna hit him then, fuck him. So we went around, it was some fluke shit. Went on the other side of Trinidad, Park, came over the grass. Ain't shit, ain't hit shit. Turn around, Chico the Rat. I'm coming down the hill with my AK. I turn around, he gone. I'm shooting by myself. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I buck a U-turn, I get up out of there. Chico the Rat in the car, get in. What the fuck? My gun jam. Fucked up, we fucked that money up. So I never seen him no more. WP or nobody. I seen WP in Upper Marlboro in 92 when I did a little county bit. I guess that's when they got locked up. I ain't seen him no more since then.
Yeah. Now Alpo, he spoke out in jail, and he did say that Lil Gary, killed your friend.
Right.
and then he took the 270. And you know, when you heard that footage of Alpo admitting to, you know, Lil Gary doing it, and then him taking the money and having his girl, you know, what did you think about that?
See, it's like this. He got the. I'm not trying to save her or nothing, but he got the pussy on get back because he tried to talk to her many a times. She wasn't fucking with him. You feel me? So he even bought her aunt a house, put her uncles and nephews on, which he told on them. They ended up doing 10, 15 years. So he wasn't getting no play. Until one day Dre was like, you got your baby mother pregnant again, Keita? He kept denying it. So Dre's like, I'm gonna tell her the truth. I said, don't tell her the truth. Now fuck that shit. Keep that shit a secret, man. Fuck her. Dre was like, if I deny my baby, I'm denying my child. So she asked me again, I'm gonna tell her. I'm like, don't do that shit. And he did it. So she went for get back and started fucking Alpo the Rat.
Damn.
And so go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you got it. And then he later killed Gary.
Yeah, that's the rumor, yeah. But see, what I learned from Alpo the Rat, whatever he say, you gotta cut that shit in half and believe what you, and take what part you want. He a lying motherfucking piece of shit. Because every time you gotta think about every interview he do, far as Rich, Demenso, anybody, he try to justify like they caused it. Which is, if you sit back and listen to him, it's bullshit. You feel me? So I was mad at Michelle at that time, but all the other niggas wanted to kill her. I'm like, kill her for what? She can't stop nothing. That's useless. So they ain't want to come to the funeral or nothing. I'm like, man, let her come, and she ain't got nothing to do with this shit. You know what I'm saying? But when he said, I knew Alpo set him up. I didn't know who pulled the trigger at the time. I don't know if it was MJ, WP, Big Head. I don't know who it was. I don't know if he pulled the trigger. So I was just trying to get anybody to be with him. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Did you always see him as being grimy?
No, I never seen him. I didn't never know his background until all this shit about going behind trying to get my girl, my man's girl, and after he tricked my man, put my man in a trick bag. Then I heard other shit about him coming from New York, what he did to Rich and ETC. Yeah.
Now, hustling, have you ever have anybody, because you know with hustling, it comes with wins and losses.
Yeah.
Have you been a part of situations where people tried to, you know, rob you and shit like that?
Yeah, but actually, rob in a different way, like far as if we give a nigga some shit, they don't pay us. But actually, I got kidnapped. No. I got kidnapped when I was, after I got locked up in that house and not paying the rent, probably like 60 days or 90 days later, I got kidnapped. And they told me they want $1.5 million, 2 million, and some more wild shit. I was mad at Dre after I got loose, and that nigga played with my life, right? So we had like good 700, almost $1 million at this time after I got out. Because I came home in 5 months. Dre had $500,000 million. I was home like 4 more months. We probably had like a good 750, almost $1 million. So we in a crack house, like 3 doors down from my house, where my mother lived at. They came like the police, everybody broke. So my dumb ass took a left in the bedroom. I jumped under the bed. They lifted the bed up. They ain't know how I look. They was like, is Tank in there? No, Tank ain't in there. See if his little man Sparky is in there. So I got one of them in the bedroom with me. So they was like, which one of y'all Sparky is? I point and say, he Sparky is. That nigga was like, nah, he Sparky is. So we going back and forth. I'm in my mind, I'm like, once they see him, they gonna know they ain't him. They gonna let him go. He wasn't going for that shit. My man named Lil Dirt from Southeast, from Eastgate. So it was me and him in the room. I said, he Sparky is. So they were like, nobody move. They went out back and told the motherfucker, we don't know how he look. So I seen somebody peeking here and said, it's come on, you Sparky. And they took me out, handcuffed me, took me out, had me at ransom probably like, 7-8 hours. So I'm in the back of a car, on the back of the seat on the floor. People got their foot on me with guns on me. I gave my nigga, Dre already knew I got snatched. So I gave him Dre beeper number and a different code. Which a code we already, if something happened, that's the code saying something happened. So, but he already knew. So I stayed in that motherfucking car, man. I went to sleep probably twice. That's how long I was in that motherfucker fake crying. I was crying for real, but I couldn't even cry no more. I'm like, man, I'm 15. I'm trying to talk my way out. Where Dre live at? I said, after we got locked up in the house, nobody know where we live at. I don't even know. He was like, man, you ain't no fucking good. I said, Shaw, you too young. We thought you was older. If we get money or not, we ain't gonna do nothing to you. We gonna let you go regardless. But we ain't gonna tell you.
Thought they were gonna kill you?
Yeah. Hell yeah. For sure that. And so at the end I thought they was gonna kill me more so than when they had me in the car. So time gone, like 6 hours ago, I'm like, man, what the fuck? I went to sleep twice. Woke up, come on. I guess Dre gave him some money. I don't know how much. Dre gave him like 15,000, but I didn't know that at the time. So they took me to some apartments in some woods. Took me to them like, fuck. So I'm just tensioning up while I'm walking. This is what I thought I was gonna get killed at. So they gave me a handcuff key and a quarter. And they said, count to 100 or something, they said. So I counted. I can hear footsteps backing up. So I'm just waiting to get shot for real. And so they had a four-door car, got all the doors shut. Boom, 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 boom. And they sped off. I still fake counted. I stayed there for like 10 more, roughly 5-10 more minutes. Turned around, took the head off my head. I broke out the woods with handcuffs on. I got one handcuff off. I fucking dropped, my dumb ass dropped the key. So I had one handcuff on. So Drake came and got me. So the next day we laughing, talking about it and shit. So I said, well, how much do they want? Drake was like, they want $1 million. They want like $1 million and something. I said, what you give him? 50. I said, how you give him 15,000? Drake was like, man, I told him after the house being locked up, we fucked up. And we went to Vegas after that. So he was like, how y'all go to Vegas? Dre said the plug paid our way and treated us. So we still had all our money after that. That's the only time I really got robbed, snatched.
What's the most money y'all had at one time?
Most money I had at one time, like a little over $1.5 million. Between me and Dre, so it was $750 a piece. So when Dre got killed, they took $270. I still had like $1 million and some change. I ain't had like 20 bricks.
And at this age, you're what, like 17, maybe?
Yeah, I about 17 because I was still fighting my case. I was like 17. Dre got killed in 91. I was 20. I was turning 20 because I was born in 71. So I was like 19.
Yeah. And you also spoke on Alpo. You said that a lot of the money he claimed he had was capped. Like a lot of the shit.
Yeah, because I say that because he couldn't even serve us 50 bricks. After all the shit I heard about him doing this, being that, all this money, we tried to buy 50 bricks from him. He couldn't even serve us. So I was like, they bragging about this nigga got this bread, nigga couldn't even serve us. So I'm talking shit. Dre was like, man, let that shit go. So I let the shit go. But between me and Dre, we was talking shit about it. I said, man, Dre was like, the streets will blow you up more than what you really are. You feel me? So I did learn that quick.
Now, Wayne Perry, you know, I see his name all over the place in documentaries.
Right.
And you didn't know him personally?
Nah, he tried to get in contact with me like twice. And I gated it because he was fucking with the enemy, Alpo Martinez. And I wasn't going for that. He sent word to my cousin, Sherm, over south. He's saying that we cousins. He didn't know I was his cousin, this, that, and that. So I told my cousin Sherm, I was like, man, check this out. He fucking with the enemy. I don't know who pulled the trigger on my man. I can't fuck with him. Cousin, I don't have no love for him because I ain't grow up with him. So that was that. A time before that, a broad got in contact with me and my man Duval, saying we try to put some money on his head. This is a fake way of extorting motherfuckers for real too, though. So I goes over DC jail in a parking lot and meet my man Duval Hucks. I said, man, I'm not going to see that nigga. Fuck him. I said, man, listen, that's extortion move, Mo. We ain't doing that. He was going to go in. I said, man, fuck him. Fuck that nigga. So the broad, like, you want me to tell him that? I said, yeah, tell the nigga. I said, fuck him. If I want something done to him, I do it myself. I ain't going to see that nigga. I said, let's go. I jumped in my car. My man Duval jumped in his car. We took off. WP got out after that. And that's when he contacted my cousin Sherm to call me. I wasn't fucking with him because I ain't know who pulled the trigger on my nigga at that time. Yeah. So I wasn't even fucking with him.
You know, when I heard Alpo speak, he said that Wayne Perry used to kill guys that had hoes. So he could show up to the funeral and take a lot of the women. Is that
Man, nah. Cut this bullshit. Nah, hell to the no. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, man. Nah, I don't know nothing about that one. Nah, bullshit.
okay? And because I know you got to get out of here. Paid in full. With Dame Dash, he said that since Alpo's death, he feels like he can make a paid in full 2 now.
Yeah, but that's cool with him. But at the same token, what the paid in 2 gonna be about? Him going to jail for 30 years snitching? They don't got nobody in D.C. to tell the part in D.C. So what are you gonna do up? What are you gonna do it up New York? What did he do in New York when he came on? After 30 years. Had some baggies, riding a motorcycle. That ain't part 2. You feel me? I'm part 2 of that shit. Because I'm the DC version of it. That's why I'm trying to get my shit together and come out with fully paid. You feel me? Because I am the second part to that shit of that rap motherfucker and my niggas. And everything happened in DC. You feel me? So he can't take nothing I said, because all my shit copywritten and patent. So he can't take none of my shit and use it. You feel me? But if he hit me up and want to do something, I don't mind. But if he want to do it by himself, whatever part 2 can be, let it be. Some fabricated bullshit, but it is what it is.
Now, Alpo was recently killed in Harlem. When you heard the news, how did you take it?
Man, so I was happy, but I was mad. You feel me? Because I've been waiting for this shit so long, and he slipped away from me again for the second time. You feel me? The first time I fucked up in the Met, he got away. This time I was on his line, even though I went up New York looking for the nigga. More than a few times, I couldn't catch him. But I got a life of my own too. I got 3-year-old son, 5-year-old son, 5-year-old daughter, 8-year-old, 10-year-old daughter. So I can't put all my energy into chasing this nigga. You feel me? So I fucked up and missed him again. I'm mad because I wanted to do it, but it ain't happen that way. You feel me?
Did you ever do any serious jail time?
Yeah, I did 4 bits. I did my first bit was in '93. I did 10 years with no parole down Eastern Shore Correction, ECI, Eastern Shore, Maryland. I came home 2 years. I caught a gun charge. The feds on my line. I did 37 months of 4 dicks. I came home 18 months. Caught 2 more gun charges. I caught a gun charge. The state got out on state bond, but I was on a federal parole, supervised release. The feds came kick my door in. I'm in the bed with another gun. So they gave me 87 months for that, 24 months for a violation, and I did like 8.5 off for that. And I just did 21 months for some shit I ain't even doing in Florida, but it is what it is.
Man, well, shit, you about to get this movie money soon, huh? Ain't you coming out with a book, right?
Yeah, I'm working on the book. It's a slow process because I got so much going on with my family, my children, getting them on the right track, my little daughter. But I'm working on it now. So hopefully whoever help me do the movie, I'm gonna let my son play me, which is right here, Harold III, and my little nephew, Andre Jr. Jr., right? Nephew? Yeah, so he gonna play his father, Andre Tank. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna try to keep that shit in the family and work forward. Like I say, if the nigga Damon want fuck with me. But I don't know how. I'm not hating on him. I don't know how the 2 gonna be.
I gotta ask this last question.
Go ahead.
It's a lot of rappers who like to act like they were living the life you was actually doing. You know, nowadays a lot of rappers talk about all the shit they moving and you know shit like they even dress how with the jewelry now and shit like that. What's your thoughts on the rappers now trying to live the lifestyle that y'all really live?
I look at it like this. I respect it because you gotta look at it. I look at rappers like this, like a movie. You started being a movie, killing and shooting. It's acting. It's promoting itself. So if they want to act like they're hustling, buying jewelry and clothes, it's all good. If they ain't got to sell no drugs to get drug money or more, I'm happy with that. But I just be telling my son and everybody and my little children that it's an act. It's promotion. They selling themselves. They cashing illusion. So if it worked for them, I ain't mad at them. But the only thing gets me with the rappers is you get this money. You got money, cars, jewelry, houses everywhere, but you want to be out here killing. Nah, we hustle to get out the streets. We don't get this money, then go kill. Kill bring investigations. So they want to beef. I just don't agree with that. But whatever works for them, so be it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't agree with that shit.